This video is about how to build the four-long base design slash tire stability tech slash front lean base design in Stalactites. So first to note that this is a bit of a more complex design that is for more advanced players. This is not, if you are perfectly doing fine with three-long design and you can't do a four-long design, you can also stick with that. This is not good enough. This is not that significantly better where you should be sacrificing your game abilities to be building this base. So note that building this back is going to be a little bit more complicated, so we're just going to do a temporary turbine here. Because building back is so expensive, we can kind of wait to do that and then we get mines and tech before we do all of that. So here we sell this, and also connect this, sell this, and let's just say we're overdrive. If we're overdrive, we could every mine, by the way. It's better if you have grid on, and then you do snap grid to get this mine here. Here, you would, here you have your upgrade center now. You build this up slightly to towards the middle here, and then you want to have this, let's just say 95 to 101 is a good range here. Now we connect this like this, and then we go out like this. So this angle is very important. If you don't overtune it, if you overtune it anyway, then you're gonna have disfigurement issues. So somewhere along this line is fine. Now you drag down, try to get it straight like this, and go 70 to 71, so you can connect it this way and this way. If you can't connect it, it's probably too far to the left. Now you sell this node. Now you just go out a little bit like this, and then make sure to just do just a little bit of, this is also very important. You see how this is going straight? You want to go just a little bit less than that, so something looking like this is fine. Now you have your turbine 1. Make sure to convert everything to background bracing. And turbine 2. And now, if you turn on grid, you build this. Also, make sure to sell this before finishing everything else. What you notice at this connection, which I believe Asuka discovered, is that even if you delete this, you still retain connection, which is pretty cool. Now, if you want to do stab tech in the front here, this is also fairly crucial. Make sure to get this a little bit. You see the middle of that? Go a little bit further up than that, so you can have a node here, and you connect down like this. Now you have these strong four-longs supporting your base. And I didn't actually explain this part. So you want to go down a little bit to the right so that this could be 108 or somewhere around that bulk part. Make sure you can connect this strut. And now you go down again. And you try to be able to connect this one. 108, 109. If it's 105, 104, that's also fine as well. The longer the better though. Now you get the rest of your turbines. And say you're overdrive. So you get 4 turbines and you upgrade everything. Here, do Viper Stab Tech, just because it's so good for overall stability. Now, you can drag forward, just like how you would standard defend. And now drag this to the left so you create a new foundation node here. This is another key part, is that because you've leaned this space forward, you push this entire base to the right here, you pushed also this node to the right, and therefore this is now in front of the terrain where you can get this strut on, and which I will highlight with metal. Now this used to not be possible if you were doing a non-friendly design, because let's just say the node was here. Now the terrain is blocking this corner here is now blocking it, and that's not ideal. Now you drag a little bit further up. You want to connect this like this. Some node like this, make sure it's 107 to 109. Having that long is good. If you already sold this though, you can even just recreate this like that. Now you go in a little bit to the left, and you want to get this strut here. These two struts. And you can just keep on building, just like that. And that is essentially that's essentially all of the four-long base design. There's a couple quirks I'll also have to mention. By the way, if you want to add a little bit more stability, after you build around like half your defense, you would want to have this four-long here. The reason why you would place this later is because this will start holding more weight sooner. So you want to have this placed a little bit later so the force is redistributed nicely across the base and evenly across all the struts instead of having this blink at the start. And hopefully that makes sense. But essentially, the key takeaway is you can either not build, you can even just not build this, but if you want to, build this later. Now, if you want to place cannons, you just do something like this. And see how the space fits nicely for cannons. And if you're ever having stability issues, this strut is the most common blinking strut. If you're having that blink, you can cross brace like this, and then generally it will probably still keep blinking, but even if that breaks, which I don't think it has ever broken before, you will still be fine. And if you want to get more turbines down here, you just kind of do the standard procedure here. It doesn't really matter too specifically what you do. And if you're doing swarms, you can also do swarms up top if you want as well. And that is the full-on base design. Every single strut here, every single node length is very important, and if you are having troubles with this base, it's not the base design, it's that you're building it wrong. So make sure you're making sure you get every single stab strut in there, and every single right length of your wood, because if it's not the right length, or if it's missing something, or even just a couple angles off, then that could be huge issues, especially this part. Now, if you want to get storages, by the way, I would also recommend placing all your storages around here. You see this is at 83%, right? If you say place a storage here, that'll lower it to 73. So anything in here would lower the efficiency, while these storages won't, because the planks it's standing on does not hinder the turbine efficiency. So that's a better way to place storages. And yeah, well, have a great day.